Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and I've been a MoviePass user for the past couple months. In fact, I've only used it twice now because I have a newborn, and so I can't get to the theater as often as I would like. But I do find the service to be good, and it's something that I'm going to keep sticking with. And my girlfriend wants to get in on it too once our daughter gets a little bit older and we can actually take her to go see a movie. But they did something interesting today when they announced that they were going to lower their subscription price yet again. Now, this doesn't happen if you are part of the monthly plan. I'm on the monthly $10 a month thing. I should just cancel that and go drop the money for the year pass, which is kind of what's going down to now. So they're charging $6.95 per month on an annual pass. So roughly $7 a month. That is $84 for the year. That is 8 tickets. That's not bad. You might see that during the summer, right? But it's one movie per day, excluding 3D and IMAX ticket sales. And that's something that a lot of people are kind of freaking out over right now. They're asking the questions: how is MoviePass making money? How is MoviePass making a profit? How are they going to even remotely survive with this particular situation? There's also been all the controversy about whether or not they track your location when you use the app, if they track and see where you're at, and so they can then data mine on that one. Given the whole Facebook Cambridge Analytica situation right now, that's not a good look to have. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to know that they're being tracked, and they've come out and apologized for it, so on and so forth. But that may still be spooking some potential customers, which is maybe one of the reasons why they are in fact lowering the price on this one. That's one theory. I have a different theory of sorts, and I want you to kind of stick with me on this one. There's been one major complaint about MoviePass thus far, and that has been blocking certain screenings at certain movies. And that's kind of a weird thing, considering that it says, oh, you can go see new movies, brand new movies, once a day, per month, right? You pay for this. This is what you're paid for. And you have access to all of these movies, but they're denying you access in certain places. So at the beginning of this month, when Red Sparrow came out, there was that first big pushback from this, where people were showing, I can't go see Red Sparrow at my theater. Like, what the hell's going on? And now when I went to go see Tomb Raider the other day, one of the movies I was playing at my local theater, not Tomb Raider, but something else, had it blocked out as well. And I can only think of two scenarios here. And these are both highly speculative. I have no way of backing this up, but just my general knowledge of how movie theaters work and how the movie industry works. But here's theory number one. Theater companies are paying, almost like paying extortion to MoviePass to block this from happening, right? To block these particular sales from going through. And the reason why is because they want to make sure that they get paid. Well, the side with that, though, this is where it kind of comes into reality, is MoviePass will pay the theater the price of the ticket. The theater doesn't lose out on any money, and ultimately the studio doesn't lose out on any money. So that's kind of a weird one. But you could see maybe studios are wanting to maybe pay to block certain movies, right? Like maybe with Red Sparrow, Disney was paying MoviePass in order to get people to funnel them in for Black Panther again, or to funnel them in for Wrinkle in Time the following week. I have no idea, but it's an idea. It could make some sense if they're trying to play competition with one another, and they know that 2 million people so far have a MoviePass. And so if you can then cattle those particular people into a certain movie, then that company would get a lot more money and not have to worry as much about the 3-day take home, right? Again, that's a weird theory. Or two, what if MoviePass is doing this specifically in order to, extort studios, right? It's kind of now the reverse flip of that, because either scenario kind of works here. So MoviePass says, okay, fine, here's a big movie coming out this week. Like, let's say it's Avengers Infinity War, all right? Avengers Infinity War is coming out. People are going to pay to see that movie regardless, so maybe that's not the best example, but like Rampage, for example. Let's go with New Line's Rampage, which opens up here in just a couple weeks. And so that's Warner Brothers, right? So Warner's is releasing Rampage, which has The Rock in it, and that could be big, considering that his last movie, Jumanji, was a pretty big one. And it could do okay. They're saying it's going to estimate around a $35 million opening weekend at this point. So what if MoviePass all of a sudden says, we don't want you to go see this movie. We're going to block this movie from being used. Now, people may be on the fence about it, and they may have gone and seen it because they've already essentially paid for the subscription service. And now they're like, it's not working. I don't want to go see it. So now Warner's bottom line becomes hurt. So they go, well, what can we do to fix this? Because Warner's will still get paid through MoviePass, but if people aren't going to the theater to go see it and they're losing out on that money because people are like, well, I'm already paying for the service, I could just go see something I've already kind of paid for, like, you know, I'll come back later on when I can use this. And that would hurt their 3-day opening numbers, which is pretty much now what Hollywood cares about. So MoviePass, if they're wondering what their business model is, it could entirely be extortion. And that is speculation. In no way do I have any information to back that up. But it feels like that could be a reality. It feels like something along those lines could be a reality. If they're able to cattle you to one way or another, to kind of corral you into one theater or another, that could be very big in terms of swaying numbers, be very big in terms of swaying those opening weekend totals, which is what studios care about. And it almost feels like ballot stuffing if I'm going to compare it to an election thing. But also, MoviePass emailed me the other day and they said, oh, here's a special screening of like Flower or something. It's an independent movie starring I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The point is, it's like they're setting up these special screenings then that if you're a MoviePass holder, you get to go see this movie. And so that again could be something they're trying to showcase their value to studios by putting butts in seats. So they could be coming at this from an above board perspective as well, which would be like, look, we're going to like give out these free screenings and get butts in seats, and theaters are going to love us because people will go and pay for concessions if they've already paid for the, you know, their subscription and whatnot. So the theaters will be on our side, and they're going to kind of have to corral the studios a little bit in order to get more people to sign up. I mean, ultimately, the more people who sign up for MoviePass, I mean, just looking at it from like a front-facing perspective, it kind of seems like everyone benefits. Studios get their money, theaters get their money, and there's butts in seats, right? And MoviePass gets the people who come on in. They have 2 million monthly users right now. I've only gone and seen 2 movies over the span of 4 months. So I'm technically like in a deficit in terms of money I've spent versus usage of the service. And I'm not the only one. Right. And so that might be where MoviePass just makes their money, is like, look, people are not going to go all day, you know, one a day, all month long. The likelihood of that's going to be minimal. So they could be right now trying to get as much earnings as they can coming in order to then maybe sustain them for the summer season when a lot more people are going to be open to going to see movies more often. But now the summer season starts in March essentially and continues on to September. So it's entirely crazy to see what's going to happen next. Look, I am talking out of my ass on this one. These are just my thoughts and my theories about this. MoviePass is something that I do like and I do enjoy and I do want to use more. I just have to get back to the theater to go see these freaking movies that I want to keep seeing. But I'm curious to know your thoughts about this one. Do you think I'm onto something? Do you think I'm entirely 100% wrong? I want to hear your thoughts. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share it around, get more people in on the conversation. And if you do want to support the channel, links below in the video description, or if you want to see more from me, you can do so right now.